Yesterday, we broke down one NBA legend going to the Warriors, LeBron James. Today, crowdsourced, common sourced, Kevin Durant. Do we want him back or do we not? There's a lot of information that goes into it. Money, draft picks. We're going to break it all down for you. And the Warriors announcers were rated and ranked the worst in the NBA. We have the full breakdown for you. You're not going to want to miss it. Subscribe so you don't miss Warriors Digest Daily. Randy Silver, let's dive into it. KD to the Warriors. Monte Poole, Warriors insider, NBC Sports, put out an article talking about how KD can get to the Warriors. Do we even want that? But let's talk about it, how it happens. KD traded the Warriors means you're giving up Kuminga and Wiggins per Poole, and you're going to have to give up probably draft picks as well. Do you think this is a good idea? Comment your thoughts. A lot of people said when I talked about this and potential moves in the earlier video, no. It's only getting us older and we need to get younger and more athletic. I agree with this. I don't think this works. And we're going to dive into how the money and trade picks would work. Just think about this really quick. Curry, Durant are going to be with Kerr on Team USA. So potentially we kindle there. And we know what happened. How did LeBron get to the Heat? Back when they played on the Olympic team in 2008, that he talked about, D-Wade, Bosh, him, had conversations about wanting to play together. In addition, we are going to retire Durant's number. Joe Lacob already said that. So this may be a chance to get him back in the organization. Phoenix payroll. Bloated. This is so bad. Next year, the salary cap is around $171 million. They're already at $190 million. $190 million. Second luxury tax. They can't do anything. This team that just got swept in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves have nowhere to go. Most of their players are coming back. So they have to run it back unless they make a trade. $51 million is what Durant is owed. So how do you make that trade? You look at the Warriors. You have to give up Wiggins, $26 million. You have to give up Kuminga, $7 million. That puts you at $35 million. There have to be some matching. And how do you match that? Draft picks. And why is draft picks key here? Because look at this. You're not going to believe this. These are the outgoing draft picks the Suns have. Every year. 2004, 24, 1. 2025, 1. 2026, 1. 2027, 1. 2028, 1. 2029, 1. 2030, 1. They do not own a first-round draft pick the rest of the decade. Good luck building a team to win. Then you look at you look at the second-round draft picks, they basically have 1. Good luck. What about maybe they have some incoming? They don't. They have 2 incomings, and they're protected. So they have to win with the team they have, or they have to win by signing players. They're stuck. Durant's on the books for another 2 years. Beal's on the books for another 3 years. $57 million. Is he worth that? Nope. You saw that performance? Better, but he's injured. Not worth $57 million. Booker is with the team at 28. Worth it. Now there are reports of him going to the Knicks. He would love to go to the Knicks potentially. Put him with that bad man at point guard, Jalen Brunson. Potentially that works out. You're going to have to get, again, draft picks back and have to get players back from the Knicks. But they're not going to be able to do anything for the draft for the rest of the decade. So how do the Warriors help out? Warriors have some draft picks themselves. You can see they own a lot of picks, especially later in the decade, which is good. Outgoing, they're losing some up now. So if they give out anything, this actually helps out the Suns because they have nothing in the decade. So if the Warriors want to win now, they give away picks from the future, and that way they're able to try to play with Durant, Steph Curry, and let's look at that roster again. Durant, Steph Curry, Clay is probably gone at that point unless he takes a team-friendly deal. Chris Paul is probably gone unless he wants to play with a team like that, play with his friends. Team-friendly deal. It can't be at $30 million. No Wiggins. Dre's here. GP2 hopefully resigns. Looney's here. Kuminga gone. Moody's here. Brandon's here. Trace Jackson Davis here. So your starting five is Curry, Durant, Moody, or Brandon, Trace Jackson Davis, and Draymond Green. A pretty formidable starting five, not going to lie. And that helps Steph with the spacing. Now, what we saw worked really well was when Steph and KD played the pick and roll. Whoever had the ball, if they laid off, take the three. If they came up top, played tight, you lay it off. Draymond, same thing. If he does the pick and roll, and then someone sits in the corner, Steph or KD, they pop it. But also, KD said he left the Warriors because of some of the drama. He wasn't the biggest fan of the offense as well. Wants to be more the focal point. Without Clay here, he's going to get more shots for sure. Obviously, he didn't win one. He won 2 championships with us. Champions, not this year, of course. I'm talking about that, of course. And 2 finals MVPs. Does he want to go back to the Warriors? He has a lot of investments. He loved being in Silicon Valley, helped him grow his money a lot. So it's an option for sure. He likes Arizona, less taxes in California, helps him save more of that money too. But again, if that trade works out per Monty Poole, again, it's going to have to be Wiggins, Kuminga, and draft stock. The money could work when you play it like that. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. And then secondly, Golden State Warriors announcers voted worse than the NBA. Yes. Woo! Bob Fitzgerald, Kelana Azubuike. Worse than the NBA. By who? Awful announcing blog. They got an F. An F. 60% gave them an F. Nobody else was even close. Look at this. Philadelphia 76ers, 29th, got 37%. Celtics, number 27, 35%. Only 2 other teams broke 30% barrier. And they were another 30% over that. Terrible. And why do they get so much flack? Because people call them homers. If you don't know the term homer, and again, I'm sure you do, but want to be safe, it means you cheer, you support the home team. You look at an NFL game, they don't have local announcers for television because it's all by Fox, CBS, whatever. Those are just national announcers. ESPN, national announcers. So that means they're down the middle. They don't pick one way or the other. Your local announcers are going to have bias. But when you're a homer and it's too much, it can dissuade the fan from wanting to watch because it's like, you're not calling the game straight or you're not seeing it the way that it should be seen. Now, when Bob was with Jim Barnett, the legend, they were number 14. But once Azubuike became, tumble all the way down. So he may have something to do with it. Personally, I watch the games. I don't have a big problem with them. I enjoy listening to the voice analysis, but there was one play I can remember, and maybe you all do too, comment if there's anything you've seen, where there was a challenge. I think it was actually Phoenix against the Warriors, and they were complaining that there's no way this call would get overturned, and it was clear that either Draymond or Looney grabbed the opposing team's wrist. It was clear as day on the replay, and they saw that replay, and they didn't call it out, and then when it happened, like, oh, okay, I guess I saw it. That's called being a homer and things like that. Now, the interesting thing is Bob Fitzgerald has called and was the announcer for NBC for the Olympics back in 2021 when it was in Japan. I wonder if he's going to do it again. I'm not sure if they've came out who the commentators are. But if you're not a local NBC guy in the Bay Area who listen to him, you may know his voice from there. There's some other NBC stuff. Maybe you'll hear him this month. Excuse me, not this month. The next couple months for the Olympics as well. But Warriors fans, your announcers are rated the worst in the NBA as local broadcasters. You agree? You disagree? Let me know. Of course, subscribe to Warriors Digest. We got your breakdown on announcers, KD of the Warriors, LeBron the Warriors, and anything else that happens this offseason. Until next one.